Welcome back, peeps. My name is Chad Wilson from Simple Cloudware, and today we are going to talk about accounts. So why are accounts so important? Well, it is a foundational piece of your application, and they are a pain in the butt to create. What we've done is we've extracted all of that complexity into a simple API call. And what does this give you the ability to do? Well, you can focus on creating the features in which your customers want. Customers aren't going to pay for account creation and login and tokens and I forgot my password. Now, these are all throwaways when it comes to app development. However, people get stuck here because of its complexity. Here at Simple Cloudware, we are removing all of that complexity, in which with a few calls, you will have the ability to manage all of your accounts, and then you can continue on to focus on your application, which is the features that your customers want. So if we go over here to Simple Cloudware, this also uses the API, and we can come over here and log into our account. And from here we have an accounts section in which we can add accounts. Now, this isn't just something you can do with the UI. You can add accounts through the API with this, and you can create your own form, or it can be automated depending on where you need the accounts to be created from. So this is just an example of how to add them manually. So you go through, they would set their password. The passwords are encrypted in the cloud, so no one has access to it because they're hashed. And here we're just seeing that the address is filled out. And once you have all of the information in, it does the validation, and you could add your own custom validators or pre-fill this form as needed. So let's just bring up the inspector. And that way we can capture the API calls as we go along, because if you were building your own app, you would do all of this in your app and then just use the API calls to expedite this. Okay, we see that we added our test account. And then when we go over to the calls, we see that we have an add account call. And then we have the get account by client, and you'd be the client. So this was the call that was needed to actually display the information. So we come over here, we can grab the email that I put in. You can see the account details fill out below. And we can log out, and then we can try this account. Okay, and you see this account was able to log in, and it has its own features, and we can go down here and see the call that was created, and it's the verify login, and you see that we just passed in the information to the API and it verifies. So it's just simplifying the account verification and login process. And now we can go over and attempt to reset the password. So of course your customers are going to forget their passwords. They can come in here, type in their email address, submit, and then we can go and look to see the call that was created. So all the work is being done in the API, and you see we have an add password reset with code. So this is not only setting their account to be reset, but it is also sending an email with a expiring code in which they can use to reset their password. And we can see here it is right here. And this URL is customizable, so you could have it redirect to your website for them to fill out the code. So we can just go over here and let's just clear this out so we can see this demonstrated, where they click on the link and it brings them to a reset password form, and this is something that you can fill out on your site or app. And then we'll cut and paste in the code, and they have the ability to fill out a new password, which we'll type in right here. And this code does have an expiration window, so we have this secure loop of resetting passwords. And then we push submit. And we get the success. That can be whatever you would like it to be. And then we can see right here is the API call that you would pass in, and it verifies the code and their new password, and then sets that as part of their account information. And so now we can attempt this by typing in the new password and making sure that they are able to log in. And there you go. You have a complete reset password loop with an account. And what does this give you the ability to do? Well, you can focus on creating the features in which your customers want. Customers aren't going to pay for account creation and login and tokens and I forgot my password. Now, these are all throwaways when it comes to app development. However, people get stuck here because of its complexity. So here at Simple Cloudware, we are removing all of that complexity, in which with a few calls, you will have the ability to manage all of your accounts, and then you can continue on to focus on your application, which is the features that your customers want. So I think together, we're going to be able to create something awesome. And remember, keep your head in the clouds.